is Munson with Munson Music, and we're going to talk about how you can play through a song called I Write Sins, Not Tragedies by Panic at the Disco. And we're going to start off with some of the intro licks, actually the cool little violin hits, where you can play open A, second on the D, and then first fret on the B string, and then second on the D string, and then open B string. And it's kind of like a little A minor or something. And you may want to take the flat of your right hand and then kind of lay it down on top of the saddle to get more like a muted quality on the chord or on the lick. So that might be kind of a cool way to kind of intro the tune. And then that lick kind of changes after we do that 4 times. We go to a little lick around something called D/F sharp, where you do your first finger on the low E string on the second fret, a second finger on the G string second fret, and then another finger on the B string on the 3rd fret, and then you could kind of work low E string to the G string to the B string on the 3rd. So I'm going 2 2 3 2 3 2 2 3 2 3 is kind of that lick. And then this is kind of a crazy cool little lick right after that, where you could play 3rd fret on the D string, and then 4th fret on the B string, and then 1st fret on the B string to kind of get it, and that next lick, that 3 4 1 4 1 3 4 1 4 1. Or if you're not afraid of bar chords, you could put your first finger across the entire 1st fret, and then kind of work the low E string for your bass note on that. So you'd have the A lick, A lick, A lick, A lick, and then kind of that D lick, D lick, F, F. Now the big chords that would kind of back that up would start on an A minor chord. And when we play A minor, first finger goes to the B string on the 1st fret, second finger on the D string on the 2nd fret, and 3rd finger on the G string on the 2nd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an A minor chord, and it sounds really, really sad. And then from there, we can actually kind of back up that other lick with a D major chord. When we play D major, first finger goes to the G string on the 2nd fret, second finger on the high E string on the 2nd fret, and 3rd finger on the B string on the 3rd fret. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, that sounds a D major chord. Now, because of that bass note, though, you may want to think about using something called D/F sharp, or D with an F sharp in the bass, where you do your first finger on the low E string 2nd fret, second finger on the G string 2nd fret, 3rd finger on the high E string 2nd fret, and the pinky on the B string on the 3rd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a D/F sharp chord. So it sounds really, really nasty, or really happy, but strange first inversion way. Or you could take the D major chord and use your thumb for that low F sharp note, which would be another option. Or you could use something called D/F sharp, where you do your first finger on the low E string 2nd fret, second finger on the G string 2nd fret, 3rd finger on the B string 3rd fret, and the pinky on the high E string on the 3rd fret. And so you may want to think about using that. It's a little bit easier to get to for you. And then from there, then we'll be going to an F major chord. We'll talk about an easy way to play this too, but if you know the bar F major, you do your first finger across the entire 1st fret, second finger on the G string 2nd fret, 3rd finger on the A string 3rd fret, and the pinky on the D string on the 3rd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an F major bar chord, and it sounds really, really happy. But if you don't like bar chords, you just want to avoid that, you could use a substitute for that called F major 7, where you do your first finger on the B string 1st fret, second finger on the G string 2nd fret, the 3rd finger on the D string 3rd fret. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, that sounds an F major 7. That sounds really, really happy. And so that's kind of our intro, and actually kind of becomes part of our verse. And there's a couple different strum patterns you may want to think about through it. Actually, just doing the right hand as kind of a muting thing could be a cool thing with kind of just downs. Actually, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, A minor, D, D, F. Or you could use the licks, which would be even cooler. Or a lot of times, especially if I'm singing, I like just a consistent 4/4 strum pattern. And one of my favorite 4/4 strum patterns for a song like this is down, down, up, up, down, up. So we took the A minor, just tried that a lot. You have down, down, up, down, up, A minor, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. So we tried that through our intro verse progression. We have A minor, down, up, down, A minor, down, down, up, down, A minor, down, down, up, down, A minor, down, down, up, down, up, D, down, up, down, up, D, down, up, down, up, F, down, up, down, up. There we'll be going into our chorus part, And our chorus starts on A minor, and then we go to F major, but then we go to a D minor chord. When we play D minor, first finger goes to the high E on the first fret, second finger on the G string on the second fret, and then the third or the fourth finger on the B string on the third fret. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, that sounds a D minor chord, really sad D minor. And then from the D minor, we're going to be going back to A minor, and then we got an F, and then we got a D minor, and then there's a quick push actually at the very end of that D minor chord to a G major chord. And then when you play G major, first finger goes to the A string on the second fret, second finger on the low E string on the third fret, and the third finger on the high E string on the third fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a G major chord. It sounds really, really happy. And then when we go back to our A minor, and then our F major, and then our D minor, and D minor, and then we basically repeat that for our chorus. So you could do that with kind of your just downs with the muting. Could be kind of a cool way to kind of work that D minor, A minor, F, D minor, G, A minor, F, D minor, A minor, F, D minor. Or if you want just to use that down, down, up, down. The weird part is where that D minor G is, and you could do kind of a down, down, up, down, and then hit the G on the up, and kind of just ride that out. That might be kind of a cool way to work that. So you have A minor down, down, up, down, F, down, down, D minor down, down, up, down, D minor down, 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 D minor down, down, F, down, 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 D minor down, 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 D minor down, down, G, A minor down, down, F, down, down, D minor down, down, D minor down, down, A minor down, down, F, down, down, D minor down, down, D minor down, down. If you wanted to sound a little bit heavier though, you could use some things called power chords. And so instead of an A minor, you may want to think about using an A5 power chord, where you do your first finger on the low E string on the 5th fret, third finger on the A string on the 7th fret, and if you strum just the E and the A strings, then that sounds an A5 power chord. It sounds really powerful because you're playing the root and the 5th of the chord, or an A and an E note. So A, B, C, D, E. And then from there, instead of using the F, you could use an F5 power chord, where you take that shape and you slide it down to 1st fret and then 3rd fret. So now I got first finger on the low E 1st fret, third finger on the A string on the 3rd fret for the F5, and then from the F you could go to a D5 power chord by taking that shape and now putting your first finger on the A string 5th fret, third finger on the D string 7th fret, and kind of working the A and the D string together for the D5. And if you like that G push, you could kind of put your first finger on the low E string 3rd fret, third finger on the A string 5th fret for a G5 power chord for that little D hit. D5, G, A. So you could kind of work it that way too. A5, F5, D5, A. And you might want to kind of play around with some of the rhythms in the tune. Actually, this has some really cool rhythms through the tune. D, G, A5, F5, D5. And you can kind of throw that G lick in other places too if you wanted to, especially kind of figuring out how you're going to cover the tune. And then from there, then we'll be going back into our verse part. So you may want to even kind of bring back those licks from the beginning, kind of our intro licks. Or you could kind of work, or the down, down, up, or you could do the downs, or you could kind of think about just adding bass notes to our strum pattern too. So a lot of times in a song like this, to simulate playing with a bass player, you could take the A minor, for instance, and use the first down of the strum pattern to play an A string for the bass on that chord. So I got A with an A bass, down, up, down, A minor with an A bass, down, up, down. And then on the F bar, if you're doing the bar, you'd have the low E string for your bass. On the F major 7, you'd have the D string for your bass. On the D minor, we have the D string for the bass. On the D/F sharp, you'd have the low E string for your bass, if you're kind of working that chord. Or on the D major, you'd have the D string for your bass. And if we were going to work the bass for the G, we'd have the low E string for the bass. So we tried that next verse with a bass down, up, down, up. We'd have A minor with an A bass, down, up, down, A minor with an A bass, down, up, down, A minor with an A bass, down, up, down, A minor with an A with an A bass, A minor with an A bass, A minor with an A bass, A minor with an A bass, D/F sharp with Louis bass, F Louis bass, Louis bass, and then from there we'd be going into a verse tag, and our verse tag starts on the F, but then we can do a really quick change from F to E minor. When we play E minor, first finger goes to the A string on the 2nd fret, second finger goes to the D string on the 2nd fret, and if you strum all those together, that sounds an E minor chord, and it sounds really, really sad. And then from the E minor we go to a G, and then we do another G, and then we go back to F, and then F, E minor, D minor, D minor. So we're using our downs, it'd be kind of like doing 8 downs on the F, 4 on a F, 4 on a E minor, and then kind of 8 on G. It's G, F, F, E minor, D minor. Now if you're digging on the power chords, you can make those power chords actually by using the F5. And then from the F5, you can do the first finger on the A string 2nd fret and kind of use the E and the A string for an E5 power chord. And then go to your G5 power chord, and then get back to your F, F, E, D5, kind of at the end. Or if you wanted to just strum through that, then you could work down, down, up, down, up. And the weird part is where the F and the E minor kind of half, so you may want to work just a down, down, up on those chords. So we have F, down, up, down, up, F, down, down, E minor, down, down, G, down, down, up, down, G, down, down, up. For that, and the F would have the low E string for the bass, or the B string if you're working the F major 7, and then you can do the E minor with a bass down up, and then G with a bass down up, down, and G with the bass down up, down, F with the bass down up, down, F with the bass down, E minor with the E bass down, E minor with the D bass down up, down, B minor with the D bass down up, down, and then from there, then we'll be going back into our chorus. Now, what you may want to do is kind of take a little piece of all the different things that we're kind of talking about, and then try and mix those up. So it might be kind of a cool thing, kind of take a little piece of all those things and kind of figure out how you want to put them together. There that we go into our bridge, which is almost like our verse tag, but we start off with kind of that same progression of the F and the E minor, G, and then we go back to the F, and then we go F, E minor, and then D minor, but then we go back to F, and then we do an F and an E minor, and then we go to a C major chord, and we play C major. First finger goes to the B string on the 1st fret, second finger on the D string 2nd fret, and third finger on the A string on the 3rd fret. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, that sounds a C major chord, and it sounds really happy. And at the end, then we end up back on F major. Now, if you're digging on the power chords, you could use a C5 for that C major, and you can do first finger on the A string 3rd fret, third finger on the D string 5th fret, and kind of use just the A and the D string to get a C5 power chord shape. So you could kind of work it that way with kind of the F5, F, E minor, G, or we could do down, down, up through that, and we'd have F, down, up, down, up, F, down, down, E minor, down, down, G, down, down, up, down, G, down, down, up, down, F, down, up, down, up, F, down, up, E minor, down, up, D minor, down, up, down, D minor, down, up, down, up, F, down, up, down, up, F, down, up, E minor, down, up, C, down, up, down, up, C, down, up, down, up, F, down, up, could add basses to that and have F with the bass, down, up, down, up, F, down, up, E minor with bass, G with the bass, down, up, down, G with the bass, down, up, down, F with the bass, down, up, down, up, F, down, up, E minor with bass, down, up, D minor with D bass, D minor with from there, then we'll be going into our last chorus. You might want to kind of play around with kind of that mixing up idea that we were talking about. Just kind of taking all those different ideas, kind of mixing them up and figuring out how you want to kind of play the tune. And then this is kind of weird. On that second time through, there's kind of this big hit on D minor where you may want to just do kind of a down and kind of kill it with the right hand. And then from there, we back to A minor, G minor, A minor, D. And then from there, then we'd be going kind of into our bridge for our outro. But now we kind of throw in a couple D minors at the end. So for the outro, you got the F, G, play around with the rhythms. And then at the very end, we go to an F and go down, down, just kind of like let it ring at the very, very end. But that's the basics of how you can strum through I Write Sins, Not Tragedies by Panic at the Disco. So good luck!